Hello everybody and welcome back once again to Lounging with John. And of course, this is John here with you on this wonderful Friday, December 29th, 2017. We don't have far to go and we will be starting a new year. And I wish all of you the best new year ever. And I hope that you all have, your goals set for the new year. I'm going to be talking about that. I'm going to be talking about goal setting in another podcast, not this one. This one is for one of our family members, one of our subscribers that is going through a hard time right now. Unfortunately, they had to go through this with Christmas and New Year's and all that. And trust me, I know exactly how you feel. And I'm going to give you the best advice that I can give you. Of course, I will not give out a name. Everybody knows that due to privacy. Part of this letter I will share with you guys. And the other three quarters of this letter I will not share. Because it was very personal and this person just needed someone to speak to and to get things off their chest. I'll tell you, even though it might seem like it doesn't help, just to be able to talk to somebody, whether it's you verbally speaking to them, or you writing them a letter, or you even recording a message or leaving a voicemail or whatever, it really does help. So I'm going to tell you right now that you've made one step to hopefully making you feel a little better than what you did before you wrote this letter to me. I would also like to say that I am it means a lot to know that someone reaches out to me and appreciates the advice that I give, because I don't sit here and claim to know everything. I don't sit here and claim to be perfect and have answers for everything in the world, because I do not. No one does. There's only one person that has all the answers, and that is our God Almighty, and I'm not here to preach to you, so we won't get into that. Anyways, I'm not going to read this word by word. I'm going to give you guys pretty much the rough ball of what's going on here. This person was in a relationship for 2 years, almost 3 years, and got left one day before Christmas of this year. For that said, I know how that feels, and I am very, very sorry to hear that you had to go through something like that. Some people don't take, relationships and things like that being that big of a deal, but it is. It's always a big deal when you feel your heart being ripped from your soul. You feel like someone has reached in and grabbed your throat and just ripped it out. A better description of really feeling heartache is, it feels like someone's taking one finger, and right at the bottom of your throat, just pushing in real hard. And that feeling just won't go away, right? It just stays there. And the more you think about it, the more the pressure feels like the pressure just gets stronger and stronger. It's hard to swallow. It's hard to breathe, it feels like. And I totally understand that feeling. I'm going to give you my best advice. And I'm going to give you my advice by sharing my story with you about someone that I had completely gave my entire heart to. Just opened up, thought it was going to be different, and gave my heart to them. and I went through the same exact situation. Pretty much the same thing. Your relationship might have been different, but the situation at hand was pretty much the same. We all face the same or similar situation. And so, in one way or another, most people can relate to a situation like this most of the time. That's why it's easy for people to follow any of my podcasts when I talk about trying to get through rough times and all that. Because even though it's a different person or a different situation, we can all find some sort of similarities to the situation, right? So, yeah. I remember back, let me think how long it's been. Now, I might be off here a little bit, but I'm going to go back about... let's see. Gosh, guys. I'm going to go say 8 years. I think it's been close to that. I'm wanting to say around 2011, though. But maybe... Anyways. I got a divorce. And I had met a girl that lived not too far from where I lived. And it started out, we was working together. She was working for me. I had her on my payroll. I was paying her to help me with some web stuff, helping with email stuff, helping with some of my accounting and stuff like that. And I had hired her, so she was working out of my office, because I didn't have time to do everything that I was doing videos for the company, not YouTube, but for the company, and handling other things, tech support, all this stuff. And while I was doing that, she was doing all the other stuff, the accounting, the new customers, a lot of the lower level things that she could do. And when everything first started, we was best friends. I could talk to her about anything in the world, and she was there. She knew everything about me, it seemed. She knew when something was wrong. I didn't even have to say anything. She just knew it. She knew when I was having a bad day. She knew when things was bothering me. She knew when I was going through and I was still dealing with my ex-wife. She was there on the sideline to help me get through that, because there was a lot of things that went on with that, a lot of arguing and mental abuse that I went through. And honestly, I still love her for that today. I still have some love and respect for her for what she got me through, because of what she got me through. Even though I realize there's never going to be another moment like we had, or another relationship like we had, unfortunately, because I felt like it was perfect. I felt like the relationship was just perfect. We didn't argue. We always joked around, and we could hang out. Even if we was broke, we could find something to do and it would be fun. Even on days we wasn't working, she would come and just hang out and just talk, and it was perfect. And so me and her ended up started seeing each other. I was still living. Well, here's what happened. I was still living in the same home where my ex-wife was living, and I said, well, I'm not going to start a relationship with this girl until everything's said and done. get out, get away from it. And that's what we did. And she moved with me. She moved to Indiana with me and stayed in Indiana for about a month. And that was the plan. Go to Indiana, stay with my sister for a while until we figured out what we was going to do, and then go back to Ohio and get on our feet. Now, all that went well. We went to Indiana. Everything went good. We had a lot of fun hanging out with my sister, and some of you know her as Teardrop, hanging out with Teardrop, and hanging out with my second best friend, Giggly. He's the one that, if you guys might have seen it, I did a video with that remote control race car here recently. That was his video. I call him Giggles. And if you guys want, I can always share that story with you another time. But anyways, it was a great time. We had a lot of fun. And it was just so perfect. I accepted her kids. I accepted her. I loved her. I still love her kids. And that'll never change. It's, some people might, when they get out of something, they might be different and say, no, I just hate them. I'm not a person that can hate anybody. And to be honest with you, it would be really, really hard. Could I do it? Yeah. But it would be really hard, even as of today, if she came back into my life and said, please, 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 let's try this again. It would be hard for me to say no. Okay? Because of that love that I had for her and still have. I mean, yeah, things went wrong that shouldn't have happened. But when you love somebody, you can't just throw it out and be done, even though it went wrong. So when someone tells you, suck it up, Buttercup, everything will be alright, well, it's not that easy. It's way, way, way much more complicated than that. Easier said than done. We've heard that saying a million times. Right? So, it would be really hard. But, anyways, we was together for, I'm wanting to say a couple years, actually. So, close to what you're going through. Okay, so, how about slip instead of name? But close to what you're going through. Okay? She left me. I did not leave her. Matter of fact, we had problems a couple times, and I gave her a second chance and a third chance. Right? But she left me. Different situation, though. It was because of family and because of just... even though I was being told that I was what they wanted, what she wanted, and that, it wasn't me and blah, blah, blah. It actually was. It was because of family on their side of it, and it was because of my disability of being visually impaired. That was part of it. So there was a few things, but there was also the similarities. We split up around Christmas as well, and that makes it really hard. It being a holiday and just being left. What I can tell you to try to make it easier on yourself, and I know you're going to say this is crazy, but you can still cherish the good times that you had. All the great memories. You can still cherish that, because it honestly will help you get through. It will help you get by. Because if you don't, if you sit and think about all the negative and how it happened and how you got left, you're only going to feel worse. It's easier to think about all the bad things. I get it. It's much easier because that's what's on your mind. You're not thinking of the things at the back of your mind. And all them good memories right now are at the back of your mind because you just got hurt. And all the bad things are now right there in your face. But you've got to look at them bad memories and swipe it to the side. Just like wiping off a window. Put your hand up there and just swipe it to the side. And focus on the things that made you smile. And you're going to say, well, eventually these bad things are going to come back. They will come back. They'll never leave, because you'll never forget it. But each time that they come back and you push it away because you're thinking of the good things, them bad moments are going to come back, and they're going to be less crushing as before. And you're going to get through it a lot easier. You've got to focus on the things that made you smile. And some of them things might make you cry, but you might be crying out of the happiness that you had. A lot of people think you cry because you're sad. No, that's not true. You don't always cry because you're sad. You can also cry out of happiness. So there's going to be times that you might catch yourself crying when you're thinking about all them good things. That's because you're thinking of things that made you so happy. And now you're looking at them and you know that that's not what it is anymore. But you've got to stay positive. And I know, trust me, I know it will get better. It always does. When people say it's just a saying, it's a fact. It will get better. But the only way it's going to get better is by you making it better. Because nobody else is going to make it better. You could go out today, right now, find you another girl, and you're still going to be hurting while you're with that girl. You might not show it, but it's there, my friend. You've got to get over this. I would say to you to not run out looking for another relationship right off the bat, because that makes it no easier at all. But you got to focus on the things that made you smile. Think of the good memories, the good times. Think of the special moments. Think of the small things that you did. All the good things. If it's positive, think about it. If it's negative, stop where you're at right now. Just stop. Because you're better than that. You do not need to fall to your knees and feel all this pain. You do not deserve it. But the only way you're going to stay on your feet is by staying positive. If you stay positive and say, you know what? I'm going to get through this. You know what? You left me. So what? That's your bad, not mine. You left me. And one day, you're going to see the results of it. Not me. She left me, but I'm going to stay positive. And I'm going to focus on the things that make me smile. And I promise you, if you do that, you will get through this. So I want you to try that. Now, if anybody wants to hear another story, I can always do this another time. About what happened when I went through that relationship. I had waited a while before I got with someone. And then when I did, I caught myself getting with someone that had similarities of my ex. The one, not my ex-wife, but of the ex that left me, right? I got with another girl, got in a relationship, and the same thing happened to me again. If you want to hear that story, let me know. I'll be glad to share it. to the person out there going through this rough time right now. Stay on your feet, stay positive, and believe in yourself. Don't believe in what's around you, but believe in yourself and what you can do to change the things around you. This is John with Lounging with John. I hope that I helped you, and I hope that this helps you get through the hard times. Stay positive. Don't go out of 2017 hurting. Go into 2018 with a smile on your face, because you got this, my friend. Till next time, like, share, subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon.